Hello, it is Lord Haywire. I am streaming some 2D4X today, like I do almost every weekend. Uh, 99% of the weekends. This is a open source strategy game that is a 2D4X game. It's a map painter game, but right now it takes place in North America. But right now we're just doing Oregon and one county in Washington. Yesterday we messed around with the storage because we're planning to do some things where there's a building that actually affects the county storage. So each county has its own amount of storage it can have, and I wanted to change. I had two lists, and I made it one list, and it caused a catastrophe. But that's pretty much fixed. You can see here. Whoops, what were we looking at? That this has 1664, but it works. It's good enough for right now, and we're gonna make changes later down the road, and so we can deal with the consequences of this bad code. At that time, I'm gonna go post on. I think when I post on my test on YouTube, because I got to make sure it works, because sometimes it doesn't. I think it makes people chat less. I don't really have any data to back that up. It just feels like it. Anyways, so what we're going to do today is we're going to go back to what we were working on before we got this, which is at the end. We're doing the end of the day first. The end of the day happens first. It's right. Okay, it's somewhere. It's right here. End of day happens first, which is at midnight, I think. Did we change that? I can't remember. End of day. When do you happen? End of day. We're having it happen at 1 o'clock. 1 a.m. is the end of the day, which I would actually kind of want it to be 0 o'clock. The problem is it wouldn't happen the first day. It would happen the second day. It's fine. 1 o'clock is fine. 1 a.m. is fine. We're going 24-hour time. So at the end of the day, where we did this decide which buildings, the county, which decide building county improvements. So that has already happened. We're doing this workday over, and that's when we jumped into this other thing. And I have all these notes in here now, and I've been adding many, many more notes into the code. This part's done. So we're gonna have to back to this thing. Workday over, and so that each population in each county needs to go through and it needs to do each one of these things. And so we were on complete construction, and I think this is done. It does a skill check, current amount of construction. I notice I have a note in here that says, not here, I added a note, that bug to the storage thing right before I started streaming. Add a math thing, so current amount of construction can't go above the max amount. I think we need to do that soon. This research thing, we need to basically go through all these and get this all done, but we have many more things to get to before then. Build after 5 p.m. just shows just build without the county improvement name. That doesn't even exist anymore. We can just close this. I'm going to put a note in here. 5 p.m. building thing doesn't exist anymore. We used to have the building stop at 5 o'clock, and then there was this idle time. We don't do it that way anymore. I don't think we put a benefit for passing a skill check. We have done that, but let's go to this thing. So this is the problem we ran into. We can do this. The storage thing. Get rid of this here. The banker, generate work resources with skill check. We don't have this in here anymore. Let's go to the banker. The banker's right here. So we got to generate these resources, but then I was like, wait, certain buildings don't have resources, and that's kind of where the things were thrown into chaos. It was trying to decide which buildings, like how to figure out what was what. Generate work resources with skill check. What do we got over here? Generate work resources with skill check. We needed to bring in a county improvement and a skill level, huh? Is that what you're asking for? Yeah. So this is each county is going to do this. So what did I have here? A lot of this is like trying to figure out what we're doing with each thing. We are going through each county population, so we need to pass in the county population. We have this current construction, current work, and then we need to have the county population. We're going to pass in their skill, which we have a dictionary now of skills. So it's like skills, and then this thing. And I thought of a new issue. There's so many. There should be a skill, work skill. And then we need to have a level, skill level here. And let's bring this down so this is bigger. I have my screen bigger, and I probably could even make it a little bit bigger. Like, let's do that. So it's easier for people who are watching to read it. So this is what we're going to do. Let's go back and see why I didn't just do that. Generate work resource with skill check. Resource amount. G key, how's it going? County improvement data, daily resource generated amount plus. This is for the bonus, and it's returning an int. So we need to have this applied to somewhere. We're getting the amounts. So maybe that's why I was thinking about that. Yeah, so that's probably where the storage problem came in, because we're not generating things. So storage isn't going to be done today. So we got to like check for that. And I was thinking we would change this activity. Actually, I was thinking storage would no longer have a person work there. I'm speaking English. Or do you mean what programming language? I was like, you're speaking English. I'm speaking. This is C sharp. C sharp. Even though what was I was watching some, like, there's these little tutorials that I found online that are like very brief, like 1 minute tutorials on a C sharp subject, and they kept calling it C hash. And I was wondering if because the voice was AI, it was an AI voice, and they just, the person had just typed it in there, and the AI voice didn't know it's called C sharp. Or maybe some people call it C hash. Generate work resource with this skill check. So, and I'm using Godot to make this game. Godot and Godot.net with C sharp. So I think that's one of the things we want to do, is actually change the storage thing. I think I'm just going to make it so the storage doesn't need a worker, because we'll deal with that later. So I'm just going to turn it off right now. Actually, I just got to find my county improvement warehouse. Here we go. Max workers 0, and we're gonna have to check that at some point when they're assigned, which we haven't got to that part. We got to rewrite how they're assigned. So if it has max workers 0, you can't work in the warehouse. So I think that will solve that problem for now. Because this is what I was thinking about. If the warehouse requires a worker in the current economy, I'm going to call it an economy, though it's not really an economy. The current economy, people are working and not working all the time. So if there was a person working in the warehouse and then the next day they're not working, you're going to lose that storage, and it's going to be fluctuating all the time. Not every other day, but every third day or every fourth day, or maybe a guy will only work there once a week. And that works okay with your generating resources, but if there's a person working in storage, that fluctuation on the storage, I think, is going to make the game unfun. Because you're going to be like, you're going to be losing things all the time. So, uh, I'm just going to make it so that no one needs to work there once it's built for now. Maybe later on we'll have improvements where people need to work there. Generate work resources with skill checks. So we have this thing is going to return this int. So we need to, I don't think this is going to work how this is set up. I mean, it's nice to have the int, but we don't know. Oh, we do know. We need to apply this resource basically to the, that's why I was wondering why there was this word county like that typed in, because I was partially. So what we're going to do is we have this county population, and we need to know the resource. We need to know the county. Where do I have this under? I have county population somewhere here. We need to know the county that it's in, and I don't think we have it on the county population, what county the person's in. I don't see it in here. And I don't think we have, oh, that's why I was like, I don't want to type this in, but okay, no, we can do it with location. Or we can do it from the actual county improvement. Current work would also give us that information. So let's do it with current work, I suppose. It's weird, we're like checking current work. What is this? County improvements. I think we have, well, let's look on there. Number built. Oh, that's for the future. We're future planning. Maybe we don't have where this is. Current builder, max builder, current workers. Yeah, I guess we don't have it in here. All right, we're gonna have to do it the other way then. The crappy way. I guess it's not crappy. We're gonna go get. We're gonna go globals. Here, let's start with a new line. Globals dot instance dot county parents get child county population dot location, and we're gonna need this to be a county. We'll go home, we'll go county equals this thing, and then we need to put a county here. What's your problem? We already are using county, so we can call it county. Oh, actually, we know the county we're in. We don't need to. I changed how this works. We know the county we're in. It's this. Do we? We do. Where is this getting assigned, though? For each county and county, I guess we're passing it in right there. So this is much easier. County data. We have a list of resources, and then we're gonna go county population, current work, and then we're gonna go resource data. No, yes, resource data, county resource type. This is quite plus equals this thing. dot amount. There we go. That's quite a line of stuff. So we're going to add to the county resources this amount, to the amount of this resource, whatever's being returned from here. Let's double check that that's being returned right here. We have amount, We're doing county improvement, daily resource generation. Let's put a test in here to make so we can see that this is working. So that, you know what? Let's not put it right there. Let's put it inside this thing, I guess. No, let's put it over here. Let's do... I've been hitting Control Shift lately. I don't know what changed instead of Control Z. Let's do... county population, first name, built, no, generated, county population, current work. Let's do this. Worked at, and then just so that we can fit more stuff in here. County population, first name, worked at, and generated county. Let's put this whole thing in here. You know what we could do, because this is going to be, let's put not generated. And now worked at, and now county, whoops, county dot county name. I think I changed it just the name. Capital? No, county data name. And now has this big long thing. We'll put this down here. And that's still too long. All right, so this will do something, hopefully. What do we got here? We got a bug somewhere. There we go. So now we just got to test this. So how can we test this? Let's just run this and see if people are being assigned. I don't think the assigning to work is working correctly right now, though, because we changed how we did stuff, and we haven't gotten to that yet, but we'll see. We'll just let it run for a minute. And we can speed this up, because we need days to pass here. I'll let it go one more day. Then we'll look at this stuff. What am I looking for here? I am looking for worked at. Yeah, I don't think it's happening yet because of we got to assign the people correctly. It's different. We haven't gotten to that part, but it's there for testing. And then check loyalty to see if they still want to work there. And the banker shouldn't be checking the loyalty, though. That's probably something we should check here. Check for idle. I thought I had a loyalty thing. Loyalty that I changed. Yeah, check loyalty, return true or return false. I don't want to do it this way anymore, though, actually. What I want to do... So loyalty is a different... We're going to have to rewrite a bunch of stuff, which is, I mean, that's what we're doing. So I went through each part and made it the simplest possible, and like went through every part of the game and basically did a full loop of the game with only the simplest stuff. And now I'm going through and making it actually work. and because then I knew what I would need. And so we're rewriting everything basically. So if we look at our county population, what is this loyalty thing? This is just a loyalty attribute. Um, so originally I think my plan was to have this number go above 100, but I don't think it should anymore because we want to roll against it. So it's kind of like a skill. So it's not a skill, but it's kind of a skill. So I got to think of a name. It's not an attribute either. It's something else. An attribute is like, physical strength, intelligence, charisma, shit like that. So, and we probably should turn whatever so this loyalty and morale is kind of inexpendable. It's going to go up and down all the time. I guess loyalty does change like that too. But we got to figure out what this thing is. It's not a skill. Skills change as well because you can learn. It's not really an attribute because attributes are physical, and there's only 8 of those. It's not in it. This needs to go. I'm going to ask ChatGPT. Sometimes it has some good ideas for words. Words, I say. I probably want to type this in here, right? Let's see. I am writing a video game and I have an int named loyalty. It can't go up. It is between 1 and 100 and fluctuates regularly. What the hell? You guys can't hear my music, but something crazy just started playing. It's very loud. It's Ministry. And fluctuates. Ruben Groove, how's it going? Fluctuates regularly. It isn't a skill or an attribute. What should it be called? I don't know. I don't think that's asking at the... No, I know it's loyalty score, loyalty level, meter, index. Joker, how's it going? I know when I open this up, I noticed this capital thing again. Where are my pants? Loyalty rating. I want it to be a category for a bunch of different ints. Category. I changed my PFP. PFP. Peer Fun Point. I don't know what PFP is. Peer person first person. Profile picture. I see from this, because it's very tiny on OBS, it looks either like a cat or maybe like one of those, a lemming? Not a lemming, a lemur. Is it a lemur? Indicators, factors, loyalty. Yeah, that's the problem. Maybe I should just say loyalty. I number. I was hoping ChatGPT would give me some like loyalty whatever index meter. It doesn't understand what I'm asking. Um, with surgery these days, I don't know, maybe what's that song? Detachable penis? That's probably and it's probably I'm probably too old. I'm dating myself. Okay, so this isn't an expendable. I guess I'll just put it. So the reason why I'm thinking about this is because I'm gonna probably need another dictionary for this. We'll leave it as loyalty attribute now, I guess. But I'm gonna probably need to when I think of what the next one other yeah, I guess we'll just leave it as this for now, and then we'll make a major change later. So, anyways, I don't want it to be a true false if it's over. Where did that go? I just saw it. Check for loyalty. Where'd it go? Uh, yeah, so all this does um, is if it's above a certain amount, it returns, but I don't want to do that anymore. I want to check for loyalty, and I guess we could leave this. I want to have a private bool check loyalty with skill check, except without all these capitals. We'll probably need to put in a county population, or we'll need to put in a skill level. Except, see, this is why I wanted to figure out what this was. You know, I used to always lose my stuff, and now I just don't carry anything around except for my phone and my wallet. You know, I heard something recently, and tell me what if you guys have experienced this. I heard that um, Generation Z doesn't carry a wallet. Like, and they think it's weird that older people carry wallets. I don't know if you've heard this before. I heard it and I was like, huh. So I guess we can use the skill check data thing, but yeah, we'll use the skill data for this. But I was hoping to put this inside of some other thing, not in the population AI. But I can't put this. I'll put a note up here. That's what we'll do. Not that that's very helpful. This should be moved to the resource, capital resource. I don't know. Maybe they're all on their phone because you can put almost everything on your phone. Can you put your ID on your phone now? I know you can put like your insurance cards and debit cards and all that. I just got a new credit card or whatever, a debit card. It's not a credit card. And it barely scans anything, so I'm gonna have to put that on my phone. Like almost the chip barely works, and I've always had issues with the chips everywhere I've gone. That should be moved to the resource that loyalty will be part of once we figure out what category loyalty is. For example, it isn't a skill or a perk. I've told this story before, but I'm gonna tell again. One time I was getting out of my car and my wallet was like sitting on my lap and I had forgot about it. And when I got out of my car, it fell out. And these two dudes saw it fall out of my car and were just like standing there uh, looking at it. And because they looked at it, I looked down to see what they were looking at. And it was my wallet. And I was like, what the fuck, man? Like, why wouldn't you guys tell me that I dropped my wallet? And they were just like, yeah. Like they knew they're just waiting. Oh, man, what a bunch of assholes. Anyways, so this is going to return a bool. And what we're going to do is we're going to need a skill data, and then we're going to go if skill. This is like 20 years ago. Um, let's see. So skill data, we have a skill check thing in here. If skill, I thought it was just called skill check. Oh, it's just called check. Check. And then we're going to put in county population, loyalty attribute, this. So if, what's your problem here? Oh, I know what your problem is. Equals new. Yeah, they were just some dirtbags who lived in the neighborhood. I've lived in many a bad neighborhood, so I should have been more accepting. I guess I'm glad that they looked at it. Otherwise, if this is true, then we're going to return true, return false. So this is going to do the skill check against this, and if it's true, do I need to put this true thing here? I do not. If it's true, then it will return true. Otherwise, it will return false. So then we can go back to wherever the hell that was. Where'd my switch go? It's way up here. Then after this, we're going to go check loyalty with skill check, and we'll pass in this county population, and then it's going to return a bool. So we're going to say it's weird to have an if statement in this switch, I feel like. Let's see. Man, now I'm listening to something else that is strange. Not strange as in unusual, but strange as in I don't like it. If in a switch, check. So what we need to do in here is we need to have another thing that just another method that's called give. Wait, what does this say? Check loyalty if they still want to work there, and if they don't, we'll do this. We'll go. We'll call this continue does no. Keep working at improvements, county improvements. And we'll do this. We'll have to pass in. Are we really? We got to pass in all this crap? I guess we do. This is a thing. This is a thing. Then we'll do county or county population, and then we'll do this, and then we'll do this, and then we'll do this, and then we'll go if. You know what's weird is when it like when you type in. I can't think of an example. It happened yesterday. When you start typing something and it puts in like I've typed in the the three letters key, and it'll put in like the K and then the E and then the Y, and it'll be like, is this what you wanted? Like, of these other words. So this is if this equals true. So that means that the population does want to work there. Oh, I need another thing here. So if they want to keep working there, then we need this to be not true. Not equals true. Then we set the county population to idle, except, no, it'll be fine. Population dot activity fuck you. Activity, current activity equals all activities idle. Okay. Lord Mac, how's it going? I feel like I gotta skip this song that you guys can't hear. It's the Violent Femmes, which I do like that band, but that song, I don't know, don't want to listen to it. All right, so this is it's gonna go through this once, and they won't be idle at this point. I'm gonna put this here, just in case I forget what that does. Then it should go, and we should get this idle. This idle people their bonus happiness. Man, this song sucks too. Corrosion of Conformity. I don't know. I thought I heard that band a bunch, but lately it keeps getting suggested to me, and I'm always like, this band sucks. What is it? And it's Corrosion of Conformity, and it sucks. It's terrible. And now I don't think I've heard it as much as I thought I had. Okay, do I have this idle? I might have already written this. This idle. Check for work. That's a different thing. That's a different thing. That's a different thing. That's a different thing. Okay. Wait, I don't think it's right. It would have been right here, I think. So, do we even have a happiness index in here? I don't think we do. We have loyalty. We don't have happiness. So maybe is happiness going to be like loyalty? I think it is. Oh, a sadness? Just how sad are they? Man, this song sucks too. What is it? It's because I was listening to Danzig earlier, and now it's just descended into shitty heavy metal. This band that you guys can't hear is called Grunt Truck, and it's bad. We'll just skip to some other random mix here that you guys can't hear. Happiness, it's so that that sounds like something a developer would do. Would have something like that you would run into in a video game. I'm trying to think of that video game that I was like, it was to skip the tutorial, and the question was like, do you not want to skip the tutorial? And I was like, who the fuck wrote that? It's like, this is the that's what it was. That's the question they asked. Do you not want to skip the tutorial? I was like, do I not want to? Yes. No, I don't. Wait. Yes, I want to not skip the tutorial. No, Okay, we don't have a happiness thing. I think for now we should do what am I doing? We should just add it to the loyalty. I do want to have happiness, so as happiness would be different than loyalty, but I don't think we need to add that in at this very second. We'll deal with that once we get there. Um, so their bonus happiness. Give idle people their bonus happiness. Now I'm like, we should just add it now. Let's just add it now, and then like if they have a certain, we'll make like a getter setter, and if they have a certain level of happiness, it will add to their loyalty. But the thing is that I was just thinking about is how do we do that? So if you have like a getter setter, that there's a way to do this. I'm sure it's really easy, but I got to think about it. So we have like if it's above 50, they get a plus 10, let's say, to their loyalty. If you keep adding it on, so I guess you'd have to recalculate it from, you'd have to have like a base loyalty, and then you'd have a base loyalty, and then you'd have a base, because we're gonna have to do this with skills too, because they're gonna get a bonus from their attributes. You're gonna have to have a base. Man, how are we gonna do that with if they're in a dictionary? But we're gonna have to have a base level and then like a bonus level. Yeah, no, that's exactly what this tutorial was, and I'm trying to remember the name of that game. It has the word remnant in it. Field of Glory 2 Kingdoms. Fields of Glory 2 Kingdoms. It has this terrible mechanic called authority. I don't know how they actually. I've thought about it a lot and about why they did it. It has this like thing where it compares all the different countries, the different factions, and then it ranks them. And if you're in the top 3, your kingdom grows better. If it's in the bottom third, sorry, did I say top 3? Top third. If it's in the middle, it just sits there, and if it's at the bottom, your kingdom degrades. But it's comparing all of the factions in the game. So like, if you're playing a tiny little county in Ireland, you're getting compared to the Holy Roman Empire. It's absolutely stupid. It's like, what? Why? Yeah. It's one of the most bizarre mechanics that I've seen in a strategy game, and I guess in the earlier version. So this is like a remake of another of Fields of Glory Empires, and they like dumb down some of the processes because there's a Slytherin game, so you know that each version is going to be shittier than the last version. So they dumbed down some of the processes, and I think what they did is they were like, we just need a way to do this, and it will just be easier if we do this dumb way, and it just like put the game out, just release the game for $40, just get it out there, and they didn't they thought it through enough to like do the math and say, yeah, this will kind of cause problems for the player, and they'll have to deal with this. But yeah, every time I keep playing it because I keep saying there's got to be some bonus for like I'm missing some important part of the authority thing, but no, it's dumb. It's so yeah. Someone on their Discord keeps saying like I'm testing. They're like, I'm testing your game on the suicidal difficulty, and I did this, and this, and I'm like, well, and I'm thinking in my head, it obviously is not a suicidal level difficulty if you keep winning the game on that difficulty. Suicidal should be you only win every once in a very rare blue moon. So there's something fundamentally wrong with the game in the first place. Glitch code, or AKA Joker, grilled cheeses, yes. I was shopping the other day, and there was like some sort of boxed, like you could buy frozen grilled cheeses, I guess they were, and then you like microwave them or something. I don't even know what you do, and I was shocked that that was a thing. Um, no, that's true, and he was like obviously very good, but suicidal should be so hard that even the people who are obsessed and very good at the game should only win every once in a blue moon, because otherwise it's not suicidal. The word suicidal implies that you're gonna die. You know, that there's no way to win. Basically, you shouldn't be able to win unless it's a fluke. And the guy's like testing it with like never expanding and doing these other things. So there's something fundamentally wrong with the game. Um, it has so many other good features too, but the authority thing is just absolutely destroys it. And like I said, it's just more slithering garbage. I don't know why they keep. I do know because they make money. They keep putting out, and then they have a rabid fan base that. You know, it's crazy though. As I was thinking about that, I wonder how if there's like a player count fields of now I'm all sidetracked of glory kingdom kingdoms player count. There's probably some like Steam chart. So 200 people playing right now. All-time peak is 280. I was trying to think. Well, no, he does, and so what he's doing is not bad. Like he's not being a dick about it. He's saying like I'm doing this and I found these things and here's exactly how I did it or whatever. So I always try to guess like so 280 like you know let's say whatever. But how many people? How much did it sell? Um, owner estimation approximately 4,000 copies. Twitch stats all-time peak was 1,000 watts. And so I streamed it the other night and I was like having a lot of fun, but I didn't understand the authority mechanic when I was streaming it. Um, and the minute I started to like look into like this, like why is my kingdom degrading and stuff, it really like put a hamper in the fun I had in the game, and it makes it so you're just grinding. And so back to what you were saying, Lord Mac, I believe this guy knows how to cheese it and do everything because he's played Empire a bunch, which is the previous game, and so he's much more knowledgeable about how all these mechanics work. And they, like I said, they've dumbed down the authority mechanic. They used to have like a culture built in and stuff, but whatever. Um, so he knows all the ins and out of that, but it's still like it's back to that thing that I'm always saying, talking about the illusion of choice, or if you have choices in games, like you got to have a lot of choices and not just the illusion of choice. And this ruins you suddenly have much less choices because you have to do it a specific way to 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 get yourself up and down this meter. And it's this ranking, this ridiculous ranking. And some of the countries start out with huge bonuses to this ranking. And I understand what they're thinking, but it just doesn't work. But I wish I knew how many people bought the game. I often think like, can you multiply this number by a set number? Like, you know, at the peak, you know, you multiply this by 10 and you think 2,000 people. But they're saying, I think the owner estimates, let's say there's 4,000 people bought the game, and the game cost $40, so they made 160 grand. You know, that's not minus their expenses, and then because they're gonna just plow you with DLC. The game is totally set up. Oh, that's a good point. So times 0.7. So they're gonna make like 100 grand. They're gonna kill you with DLC. So when you start the game, there's 100, let's say, factions on the map, but you only can play like 50 of them. The rest you can't click on, they're all like the Mongol hordes and stuff. Absolutely, they're gonna release DLC for that, and it's gonna be like. And then there's another game if you want to do the turn-based combat. There's another game that you got to buy too called Fields of Glory 2 Medieval. I bought it in a bundle, so it was $41. It cost $2 for the other game. But when that stops, you're gonna have to buy that other game for the turn-based combat. And so that's another thing that they're gonna make a little bit of money off of. And actually, I think the medieval combat is actually somewhat better, but it also is really dumb. It's the AI is quite stupid in that game. I was fighting a battle that I absolutely should have lost. And I was like, "Oh man, when the AI moves this one enemy archer unit forward, I'm fucking screwed." And it just the archer just sat there and the whole battle, and he could have won it just by moving him and shooting me. Like it was over. Like if the one move and there was nothing I could do about it. Well, I guess it would have been up to RNG, but yeah, it just sat there. So anyways, 100 grand. I mean, it depends how much they pay their developers. I can't believe developers work for Slitherine. Like, why don't they break away from that shitty company? Anyways, now I'm all sidetracked on that. Hegemony War of Ancient Greece. I wonder if it's made by those same people. Hegemony Wars of Ancient. So when I was streaming the combat, I was like, this is exactly like Pike and Shot, which is an old game, turn-based game. And it turns out it's the same people made it. From the font list, I would guess, in the pictures, I would guess this is the same people. Yeah, this is absolutely the same people who made this game. Maybe not. Maybe it's just inspired. No, I guess it isn't. It's very similar, though. Like, these buttons and stuff are almost identical. Is this real time, though? For some reason, those little images. This is very similar. Longbow Games. Here's a more recent version of the game. Man, they made a lot of games that I've never heard of. Oh, but it's on the strategic map. I don't know. I don't think it's the same deal. It must be just a love for that font. That font and these, like, style buttons. Maybe they're inspired by each other. There was this crazy, like, Total War style game that was made in China that I remember. I found like a demo for it, and it was pretty awesome. And then I tried to buy it, and it had been like abandoned. This is years ago, and I was able to pirate it, and it worked. And recently, I like tried to track down this game because it was actually pretty good, and the old website still existed, and you could download patches and stuff, but I couldn't find like the exe for it. And if you wanted to buy it, it went to some shady Chinese like sales thing that I was not putting my money into. But that it kind of reminds me of that hegemony thing, but I can't remember the name of it. Okay. Let's see. We were gonna do the loyalty, and we were gonna make a new one called happiness. This isn't even token expendables. What is this? This isn't even. We'll do happiness. We're just gonna put this in here, and then we'll deal with the repercussions later, I guess. And then we'll get a bonus. We'll do a bonus to loyalty. It's better to start working on this crap now, so I'm prepared for when we do that. That's the whole point of this crap, is to. So we're gonna have loyalty, and then we're gonna do int happiness. Did I put the int word in there, or did I just fucking type happiness in? No, I did. Anti-sadness. Oh, we got 2. And then down here, we're going to do this happiness equals happiness. And then we just broke some other shit. So I think, let me think this through again. We have a loyalty attributes that is going, if it's affected by, if we have some sort of bonus giving thing, we are going to need a base amount. I can't think of another way to do it. Because if we add in, let's say you get the plus 10, if we add that to loyalty and then we check again later, it will keep adding on. We need to be able to reset it. So we need to change this loyalty thing. I mean, I could have done it right there too. Let's rename this to, look what it's suggesting, loyalty attribute tribute. That sounds like a great plan. Loyalty base. No, this is already in use, so we're gonna do this loyalty. What's a word with after bonuses? What is a word that means after bonuses? Adjusted, effective, modified. I'm fine with adjusted. It's like taxes. So we're gonna do that, and then this is probably gonna need, no, this doesn't need a public int loyal. This is gonna be a private int actually. Int loyalty base. Loyalty base. And then we're gonna need a getter setter right here. So this is gonna be private. And then we're gonna need public int happiness. Give me my thing. Auto complete for me. Okay, don't auto. We got to put get in there though. There we go. And we need a thing down here. Lord Mac, the hegemony game dumbed it down. I think that's a common thing. I think it's, they don't want to, I don't know. So like those Slytherin games have a smaller fan base, and I feel like their fan base are more into like these intricate games, especially the Fields of Glory people. Like the intricacy is part of the selling point, and having like these really intricate culture systems and stuff that they just pulled out. Maybe they're trying to maybe they're trying to get to more fans by having a simpler game, but like there's 6 billion people on the earth, so like I don't know. It seems like the customer base is, all right, how many people on earth have computers? How many people on earth have computers? Have Windows? Because we'll say it's Windows only. 1.5 billion. 200 million for Windows 10. So, I mean, 200 million. It seems like a marketing problem more than what is going on here? Happiness equals value. Return happiness, private. Okay, so what we got to do though is if this happiness changes, we need to run the thing. But I think the thing that we should run is in our attribute data. Yeah, we should have it in our attribute data. If I have attribute data, which I do, I can't believe that I had to have someone in chat be like, why isn't that in there? I'm still in shock that I never thought about that. I was like, of course it's supposed to be in there. Apply tribute bonuses. Public void. Sherry, how's it going? I don't know what all the magnets mean. What was the other thing I read about? Oh, you have a thumbs up in yours. I read another thing, since we're talking about age things, that the thumbs up is considered insulting to some people. Younger Generation Z, this is back to the Generation Z thing. But my mom does the thumbs up thing, and I always find it annoying to me. Like I'm trying to think of an example. Like she'll be like, "Do you want to meet for dinner?" And I'll say yes. No, that's not a good example. I don't know, but somehow whenever she does the thumbs up to me, I'm always like, "Fuck you, mom." Like just the way she does it, yeah, on the time. And so I kind of understand what they were talking about Generation X. So I'm Generation X supposedly, and I actually don't believe all these generational stereotypes because I think it's just a way to like break people into groups, but I think it's funny to read about him. Yeah, my mom's a boomer, and it's the boomer thing. The the thumbs up. Let's see here. Apply attribute bonuses. So what we're going to do is we're going to do, hey, we can do one of those switch grid things, which I don't know how to do. Let's do a new one of these, and let's just have ChatGPT write it. In C#, I want to do a thing, want to have a switch pattern thing where if a number is above 50, it does something. Then if it's above 60, it does something. Then if it's above 70, etc., 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 up to, well, what is that? An example that I don't, but wait. Int in, when n is above 70, is this the pattern thing? This isn't the pattern. No, wait. Pattern matching with the when keyword to check the value of a number against different conditions. If processing the case in orders, so the most specific condition is checked first, followed by less specific condition. Why wouldn't you do it in the other order though, the 51st? Oh, because if it's hits the first one, the 70, because 70 would give you a better. You didn't put the rest in though. That's fine. Let's see. So let's copy this over, I guess. And then we'll not use it like in the way it's using it. Well, we want an int. I guess number's fine. Who gives a shit? And we're going to need a couple more of these. 90, 80, 70, 60, 50. We don't care about 50. We don't care about 40. 30, 20, 10. I think we talked about this a long, long time ago with Lord Mac as well. And then I haven't done it yet. Where we talked about, like, do you get bonuses from your attributes? And I said, absolutely. But then we haven't done anything with it. This already has a thing. I feel like this is not the best pattern thing, though. Isn't there some other better pattern thing? C# pattern. Not the try pattern. Switch pattern. Pattern matching uses the is and switching. Just if. I just want to see a picture. A picture? Oh, like this. You can use constant pattern to test that an expression result equals a specific constant as the following example. Oh no, that's just like if it equals whatever. I remember somebody in chat talking about this. Yes, that's a good idea. Let me put this in here though. Let's fix this. When I say fix, I'm gonna make this so that it does it to the whole thing. We'll go. I mean, the default doesn't really do anything. Number is suck. The problem is, what about if it's between, so this one, so between 30 and 60, so this one is going to go, it's going to get this 30 bonus between those two, I believe, right? So in reality, we do need a 50 in here. And we need a 40. No, we just need one. Between 40 and 60, it does nothing. Do nothing. Number is between 41 and 59. No, we need a break in here. And then let's do this. Do something. Number is above 80. No. Number is above 91. No, it's above 90. Is that right? Yes. Above 80. 70. Get this out of here. Numbers above 60. Do nothing numbers between 41 and 59. Above 30. Above 20. And above Yeah, I guess that works. I was thinking about it's actually like between. I guess these are all. This number is suck. Yes. Yeah, I don't know if that's gonna confuse it. All right. Now let's go ask this thing. Let's pretend. Let's not tell it though that it gave me this code, because sometimes you can lie to it and it's like, yeah, your code sucks. Here's the better code. Uh, is there a better way to do this in C sharp? But can be optimized with an else if statement? Oh, here's the thing. Here's the pattern thing. Since your case are based on, you can simplify this using an if else statement. So I know chat, if chat saw this, they would murder me. They would come to my house and shoot me. So I know that's wrong. But this, I think, is what I was talking about or thinking of. Uh, there was that tutorial Joker the other day that with the guy with all the bugs. He did his. It was GD script. He did his movement keys with if and else if, and I was wondering why he did that and not a switch statement. And I think that's what like the tutorials say to do too. Does GD script not have switches? Um, okay, I think this is what I was thinking of. So what is this thing? If you prefer a more flexible and scalable approach, use a list of tuples, define their ages and their corresponding actions. Here's an example using a list of tuples. I've used a tuple before. Wait, what is this shit? Um, um, is this better? This approach provides a clear separation of conditions and actions, making it easier to manage and extend. Each condition action pair is defined as a tuple in the list, and the apply attribute bonuses method iterates through the list to find and execute the proper. I don't know. What is this thing? That's what this is, the tuple thing. Where's the word tuple? You can use the names of tuple elements and deconstructor parameters in a positional pattern as the following example shows. You can also extend a positional pattern in any of the following ways. You can use a var pattern to match any expression including null and assign its result to a new local variable as the following example shows. Discard pattern. Oh, Jesus Christ, there's like 1,000 of these things. C. Let's do this. Wonder if we can trick it to give us something new. What did I ask originally? I asked for a switch. In C sharp, I want to have an int that with a getter setter that when the int is between certain numbers like 60 through 70, it gives a bonus to another int, like in D&D with attributes bonuses. bonuses to skills, except with percentiles. It's not gonna know what the fuck I'm talking about. All right, well, that's doing that. I'm gonna go take a quick break. I will be back in less than 5 minutes. Let me pick up my break, put up my break timer. All right, I'll be right back. All right, I am back. Let me turn off my break timer. Get comfortable. This chair is not very comfortable. I was gonna say get comfortable, but okay. What did it say? What did it give us? What if I have a bunch? What if the range there? What if there are a bunch of ranges? Using a dictionary to map the results. What? This approach makes it easier to add, remove, or modify ranges and bonuses without changing the core logic. Here's an example of how you can implement this. A dictionary, int, min, max, int, attribute, update skill bonus. For each var in range, I guess that's an int, an attribute bonus. Bonus equals range value break. Skill equals skill plus bonus. What is this? Is this the best way? I think this might be the best way. So, huh. See, this is why it's certainly an interesting approach. You don't like this way? Um, let's Google that and see where it got that information. I almost typed in Google. C sharp, how do I do attribute bonuses? Now I'm like typing in uh, questions like it's a AI. Oh, but it's thinking attributes or something else. So let's do like skill bonuses. No, now it's what skill. Let's see. Dictionary of bonuses. I just got to find somebody else who's asked the question, you know? Because somebody, you know that there's somebody who's like tried to make a game. We can put Godot in here and see. No, I got to think of a better way to bonuses. Coding battle abilities. What skill level to get a job in the industry? Do you use... Let's see. How do we do this? Strength bonus. How do we ask these questions? This is just got to be some way. What else they call attributes in D&D? They call them stats. Tips for managing complex character stats and modifiers. I want to implement such as a common pattern in gaming. I figure there's probably some best practices and pitfalls to avoid. I also want to see if there's anything specific to go that will help the implementation. First, before you even code anything, think very carefully and calculations will work. Write it down. Yeah. Like model your character data. My current project is a simple stat system. I already iterated several times. It was built around resources. Yeah. Okay. How to make RPG stats. What's a stat? Hit points, attack power, derived stats. Why are stats at all? What stats should a game have? Secret stats, implementing stats, a class, modifiers. Oh, there will be modifiers too with, will there be? I guess there will be to skills. Definitely. Not to your attributes. There's not like magic items. I guess there could be. The possibility should be there. Okay. Get base ID. What's next? All right. Well, that wasn't that. I mean, it has some interesting stuff. You can design your system and modulate it commonly. Okay, so this is like that. That's an overall thought. Um, Here's somebody arguing. This always comes up. How old is this? Lacks features. Mm, Updating stat interface. Adding a list of dynamic effects to an item. Why do you need to duplicate effect resources in the editor? You can just assign an existing to the same code. Okay, that's kind of not what we want. All right, well, here's what you got. Let me go to your thing here. I got to open it on the other screen. So this is a list. So this is like the same thing, but without addiction, it's just a list. So this is very similar to that other one. Huh. So I could probably either way. I wonder why did they did a dictionary in the one. Um, Dictionaries I rather not use unless I have to, which is contrary to what I did when I first started. I love dictionaries. Why is this one using a dictionary? Because I think the list idea might be better. It's kind of nice to be able to. Where did this go? It's kind of nice to be able to see it um, like this. You know what I mean? Like this seems like, oh, okay, these are the between things. But why did this one pick a dictionary over 200 million people use Windows? That's a lot of people. Actually, that's not that many. I think we're at 6 billion, right? How many people on Earth? Oh my God, we're almost at 8 billion. Did it just change? Oh, it's uh, I thought it just like changed. 200 million people just died. Um, let's see if we do 200 million divided by 8 billion. That's a very tiny percentage of the population use Windows. Microsoft needs to get to work. Uh, that's a good idea. Why? Which one was it? Was this the one with the dictionary? Yes. Why a dictionary versus a list? You'll be like, oh, you could use a list. Clear, so using a list of, oh, now you're going, that's not what I asked you, though. There's the list. Is this truples? Tuples? Um, tuples. This is just a straight list. This is the man, it's into tuples over here. Are you using 4.0 on yours? Or whatever it's called? This can be useful if you want to maintain an ordered collection of ranges or if you want to perform operations like sorting. What would we want to sort? I don't think we want to sort anything. This list contains tuples where each tuple represents a range and a bonus. Update skill method. Usage similar. Okay, well, use a dictionary if you want clearer and more explicit associations between ranges and bonuses. You don't need to preserve the order. Use a list if you want to preserve the order, sort the ranges, or if you prefer a simpler structure with the without the key value mapping. Dota 2, how's it going? The order of the list. I don't think, thank you for the follow, Dota. I don't think it matters, but does it matter? It's pretty simple. Like, I mean, it's simple. It's just a range of bonuses. It's interesting that this is so different, though, than, is this the other one with the, no, it's this one with this pattern thing. Well, this one has a list as well, except it has all this stuff I don't know what all these arrows, the lambda crap. Not the else if. Yeah, there's a lot of them in this, and I mean, I guess if I understood them better, I would be less scared of them. Isn't that the thing with you fear what you don't know? Isn't that like some deep statement that people make? All right, I think I'm gonna do a list, and I think I'm gonna do a list. And do we want to use a tuple? I'm less scared of tuples. I wish it didn't do that. Let's do, and then what is this thing? Oh, this is the getter setter. Okay, let's do this list of tuples. Let's get rid of, well, we'll comment it out temporarily. This switch. We'll comment this switch out temporarily here. Now, I mean, it probably doesn't really matter that much as long as it works somewhat. I have this thing on my clipboard, so I'm going to paste it here, and then I'm going to get rid of this crap, actually. I'm going to put it down here. I'm just lazy, and if I want to go back to this, I want it, and then, like, you know, in a month or two, I'll be, what the fuck is this? And I'll just get rid of it. Except, let's put this up here. It actually didn't even need, well, it does need something here. What is going on? You need an additional thing? No. What is going on with this extra? Are we in the right spot? We are. We got this one with this. This actually needs to be, are we going to be accessing this list outside of this? We won't. So this is fine right here. Except it thinks it should be higher. This is just going to be a list right here. I don't think we need this list outside of this. What is this, though? This needs to go like this. We got an extra thing here. No, that's the end of it. All right. We need one more. Do I have... What the fuck is this? Get that out of there. Get that out of there. let's make this so it's less ugly. And we'll put in our values here. Look at this. It put the 1 in some of these. I think this is wrong, actually. Oh, it's not kicking it over, though. I think this should be like this. Got to make it pretty first, right? Okay. All right, so 90, so... You're like, what are you looking at on the ground? I have this over here on a piece of paper from years ago. Except this has a 0 in it. You can't have a 0. It's 1. It's 1 to whatever. So this is going from lower to higher. Oh shit, can I put a negative number in here? They're ints, so I suppose you could. We're gonna need a bunch of the, I guess it's just gonna be just as easy to type this in. So 61, or 50, no it's not. So this is the one where it's like 41 to 60 gives you a bonus of 0. And then, oh, we need a comma in here. And then we're going to have like a bunch of these. 31 to 40 gives you a -5 or something. We're going to fix the actual bonuses once I get this crap typed up. I guess, no, we're not. We'll do it right now. 65, 10, 15, 20. This is actually right. 21 to 30, -10, goddamn comma, and yeah. Like, who uses paper? I actually, this is from 1993 or something, this piece of paper. I am one of those people at my office where I'm like, why the fuck are you printing something? It's pretty shocking how often people print stuff at my work. I think I've mentioned this many times before. -20. I found all this art that some kid made when I was in like junior high. That's still pretty good for, you know. His name was Cosmo, which is interesting because it's a strange name. Okay, so we have this list with the tribute bonuses. Do I really have to have this? No, it's already, it's like, what are you doing, dude? Use new, and then it's going to tell me to turn this into a bracket. Oh no, what does it want me to do? It wants me to put this whole thing in a bracket? It can be simplified? What does it look like? Okay, what's your problem over here now? Introduce local. I don't know what this is. Use discard. I don't know what that is. We'll look at that later. What's your problem here? Oh, number isn't used yet. So now that we have this thing, we got to go back to this thing over here. And this is where the getter setter update skill bonus will be here. We're going to use this outside this thing. I have all this. My parents gave me all my crap from when I was like a kid, and I have so much, just stacks and stacks of paper of notes. I had terrible handwriting, so like the older or the younger I was, the worse the handwriting, and so some of it I can't even read the handwriting because it's just insane. This is in the wrong spot, actually. But that's okay. We can rename some stuff. Apply attribute bonuses is going to be I was wondering why that was the dark green. Um, this will be used here. That list is fine there. I guess this has to be inside this thing. Is that how I want this to work, though? So let's think about this, because we're not doing it actually right here. We're going to call this from somewhere else. We're going to do, we're going to have an attribute data dot apply attribute bonuses from inside the county population. So the county population is going to reach out to this thing, and it's going to apply these things. So I guess this does need to be in here. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. We want it outside of here. And then we'll go update. We might have to rewrite a small part of this. And then we need to put in this list, I guess. And then the number. No, we're not going to do this. We're going to do it like this. We're going to take this shit out of here. We're going to put this in here. This ugly looking list is, I mean, I guess it's not ugly. But the strange looking list is throwing me off. We're going to have this list here. For var, you piece of shit. Is this not an int? Var? What is this var? What is this var? Will it tell me what this is? It's a tuple. Oh, we're back to this tuple. Lars, how's it going? I am making a 2D 4X strategy game that's post-apocalyptic and takes place in North America. Currently, I'm working on applying attribute bonuses. So if your population has whatever an 85 strength, they would get this thing. But it's actually we're working on loyalty, so I shouldn't even use that as an example. If your population is happy, they get a bonus to loyalty. Above a certain, according to this chart here. So why can't I put this tuple in here? And I don't want to use var. I'm against vars. I guess I changed this. Which one am I using here? I'm using this one. What is this var? Get this var out of here. What is that var? Can you not use var? I just want to see it. Where to go? Here it is. Okay, so it's this thing. I guess I just have to put in the tuple. I guess I did that. I've only used tuples like once or twice before. Did I copy this from a different spot? No, here it is. It's the same thing. It doesn't like these arrows, though. What is your problem here? All enums attributes in attribute bonuses. Attribute bonuses is this thing. Why are you looking at all enums? Oh, because do I have an attribute thing? I do. Oh, that's why this keeps coming back. Okay, it's the word attribute that is the problem. We will call it if attribute is between these ranges. I called it number up here, so I guess we will do number. If number is between range, where are you getting this range? Okay, the range is in here, and this is number. We're gonna have to test this a lot. Bonus equals range bonus. bonus value is what they're calling it up here. Why are you... It can be deconstructed. What the fuck does that mean? I wish I could read all of that without... Why can I do... A variable declaration can be deconstructed. Why? Convert to link. Well, what is that? Oh, here's one of those crazy things. Why? That's a little more code, though. Get your fucking var out of there. All right, we'll come back to that. Let's make it work like this way, and then we'll come and try to learn what I'm doing here. We need to... return like an int or something. Why is this a capital S? Return skill with bonus. And we need this somewhere. Int skill with bonus. No, this is just getting the bonus, actually. We don't know this skill. What do we bring? We're just putting in the starting number. We're just returning the bonus. We're not returning the skill at all. We're just returning the bonus. We're going to apply that elsewhere. We don't need this anymore. So it's going to go through this chart. What is this break doing here? Oh, it breaks out of this range. If it finds the... I feel like this is not going to work. I'm going to have to put some comments in here. So let's do this then. Let's not do this. I have an idea. How we're gonna test this is in this globals. Wait, you're not exist yet. You wouldn't exist yet. Where the fuck was that attribute data? We could stick. Would you fuck off? We could stick a ready in here, but it would run a bazillion times, so we won't do that. Where were we working on this? Population AI. Let's do this. We'll stick this test right here. We're just going to do like a random number. Int random number equals random. I really don't have a random in here already. I don't. Random equals new. And then random next 101. And then we'll go attribute data. You know what? We don't need it. We can do this and test differently. We can use real people. Equals new. We don't need a random thing in here. Because everyone's going to be idle at the beginning. The first day, everyone's idle. So we can just put in the county population as their, what did I call that? Apply attribute bonus. County population, and then we'll just throw in some random skill here. What skills do we want to put in here? We can put in, sure, construction's fine. did I call it level? I did, skill level. So in here, I guess we do need a GD print over here. Actually, for this for this test, I just want to make sure it's getting, you know, things. I just want to make sure it's working because I don't know what I'm doing. This is returning an int, so we'll say int bonus equals that thing. Then we'll go over here and we'll say GD print count $ squigs county population, whoops, lowercase, county population, first name got a bonus of, and I don't need, then we can just put the bonus in here, period. We should put there's construction skill. Construction skill is construction, Jesus Christ, it's right here. This is so long. I'm tempted to rename county population just a population because it's not like it's not necessary. There's no other population. They're all county populations. Got a bonus of bonus. What are you squigging about over here? That's a different type of squig though. Okay, so this bill construction skill is whatever, got a bonus of. All right, so this should run a bazillion times, like after I unpause it, basically. After I unpause it, except we have some problems with we added some things to our things here. What did we add? We did base loyalty. Base loyalty and what did I call it? Loyal. I thought I renamed this thing, but I guess not. Oh, it's just putting in that. Yeah. So let's put in the loyalty attribute needs to go into base, and then this will do loyalty. This will just be a 0 for now. Loyalty attribute. Get out of here. Did I not set this up right? I don't think I did. Loyalty attribute. Oh, I didn't fix the constructor. So we're gonna have what did I call it? Loyalty base and loyalty adjusted. So let's go fix this constructor. Loyalty base and loyalty int loyal. I should have renamed that one. Loyalty adjusted. And then we'll have happiness, loyalty adjusted equals loyalty. No. Well, it will adjusted. And then we can go this dot loyalty base. I wish there was a way to auto. So a YouTube comment showed me that how you can make constructors from scratch, like you copy and you select everything and you do, I think it's like Control Shift period or something, and it will create the constructor. But I wish you could create individual constructor parts of the constructor. I guess you could delete the whole thing and just have it recreated. The problem is I don't know if these getter setters will throw off shit. What is your problem? Okay, so back to this. We need is this updated? Oh, we need happiness. Happiness can be 0 for now because we don't give a shit. We're just testing something. And then we'll make this better later. We just got to get it to run. I want to make sure my other thing is working. And see what we got here. So if we unpause it, 1 o'clock comes in, and we should get a bunch of these. See, we are. Eric's construction skill is 20, got a bonus of -15. So let's go back to our attribute data here. -15 is correct. I think this is working. Let's double check some other stuff though here. Lori's construction skill is 33. Got a bonus of -5. This looks like this is working. Now let's just pick somebody who's got a positive. All these people suck. Skill, French construction skill is 0. Got a bonus of 0. Okay, so Fred's construction skill shouldn't be able to be 0. So what happened there? We just found another bug somewhere else. Where were we doing that? That actually is in county generation. What do we got in here? We have our random number that we're generating for their things is wrong. This should be a 1. Roll an intelligence check if it passes in the top skill as the preferred skill. No, this is something else. Generate preferred work. The fuck is this thing? Generate skill. Oh, we're returning that. Starting skill minimum. I thought I moved this, but I guess not. Starting skill minimum should be 1. You can't have a 0 skill. So that was kind of nice to see that little thing that is a problem that was easy fix, right? An easy fix. A lot of Robotech stuff. Not Robotech, sorry, Mech Warrior stuff, but there is Robotech stuff in there. I was thinking about the piles of things I have. Man, everyone sucks at this shit. 47 is a 0. Yeah, these people all suck at their construction skill. Wonder why they all suck so bad. What is their possibility for construction skill? Starting skill max is 51. Oh, that's why. Wait, this is their attributes, though. Their attributes should be between 21 and 81. The minimum... Yeah, that's correct. So am I not checking their attribute? I'm checking their skill in this particular case. Okay, so that's fine. That was just for this test. It wasn't really a real thing. Though we should have checked one of their attributes. All right, so that thing works. Now let's fuck around with this other, you know how I was giving me these like do these things. So let's look at our attribute thing here. It was saying, like fix this. I wonder why you would convert to link. Convert to a 4. I wonder why is link faster? Is that what Visual Studio wants me to convert to link. Is link what? Well, just ask why. You can't lead it. If you lead it, it's gonna just try to be helpful. More declarative and often more concise way to express operations over collections. Link can improve the readability and maintaining of your code by reducing boilerplate and making the intention of code clear. Here's how you would do it in link. I find the lambda things very strange to look at. I'm assuming that as I gain experience, it will. All right, so why does it want me to get rid of these Oh, it's saying get rid of the word range completely. And then it just has for each whatever. You can do that? Let's run it again and see. We're still checking construction skill, even though we should be checking attributes. Should be checking attributes, because that's the whole point of this. I guess I should. We just need to unpause it. 2 hours have passed. 7 is a negative 20. Man, these people would suck if this is what they were. It's the other way around, though. I guess that works, so that's fine. We'll do it like this. Let's put some notes in here, though. List of all of the attribute, all of the ranges for attribute bonuses. If the number is between the min and the max, it gets the bonus. I mean, it's pretty obvious that that's what it is, but just I've found that I need to type. It's easier for me to read it in English than read it in gibberish. Okay, so the whole reason we wrote all that crap was so that we could, on idle, we're going to go back to here. We want, we need to generate their starting happiness, I guess. And we need to have the happiness be a getter setter of, and it's going to change their loyalty depending on their attribute. So we started with this. We started getting in here. I still don't know what this little underline means. I also think, I was about to say, no, I guess these are the same. So we're going to return loyalty adjusted is what we should be giving, we should be passing out to everybody. So happiness is going to be, so in here we're going to need a new attribute data, attribute data. I was about to say, hey, there's that thing I was talking about, but I actually typoed and started with an E. So it was not the thing I was talking about earlier. So the value, happiness equals the value. Then we go loyalty adjusted equals loyalty base plus attribute data, attribute bonus, apply attribute bonus. Value. All that for that little, see, this one now has the underline. I don't know what that is. It like started when I did an update on Visual Studio. Okay, so the base, we're going to take the base and we're going to apply this whenever the base is applied. No, whenever attribute, whenever happiness is adjusted, this is going to adjust the loyalty adjusted. So I think what we need to do then, if we go back to this generation, we need to make sure that our happiness is adjusted after this. So let's go back to this loyalty. We're doing a loyalty attribute. Let's not call this a loyalty attribute anymore. We're going to call this loyalty base. And then the loyalty base should be the same in both. It should be, to start with, these should both be loyalty base. And then we're going to do a random happiness start. And int Next. So we're doing between 30 for the loyalty, between 30 and 100, I guess. Um, the happiness, we could have a straight up 1 to 100. I feel like this should be 31. Since you can't be a 0. I wonder why I was doing 30 to 100. This is a temporary number. It doesn't matter. We can adjust it later. Random happiness, we'll do 31 to 100 as well. Just the people already live here, you know, in that county. This is a temporary number. And then we'll go in here and hopefully let's just call this happiness, I guess. Hopefully when this gets applied, and I believe it should, get out of my face. I believe when that gets applied, it will adjust the loyalty. And I guess we should test that though. We should test that with right here. We're in county population, so we can just go, we can just straight up first name this shit. I need some stuff though. Come on. We can actually put the last name since I'm normally too lazy to type in the last name. We're gonna do a loyalty adjusted. And we're just gonna have this, I guess I should put the word in here. Loyalty adjusted. Okay, so every time when we create a person, I almost said create a character. When we create a person, we're gonna just run through that shit. That is what we're gonna do. And it should run at the very beginning. At the very, very beginning here. I thought we checked something. Huh, that didn't work. Did I not put a constructor in here? It's wrong, is why. It's wrong. I'm surprised it didn't give me a bunch of bugs, because those were the wrong things. Isn't this private? I guess because the constructor was there, it was getting there. This should be a capital H. Let's make sure. So we're applying that random number here, and it should adjust that. I hope. I'm going to take a break after I run this, and it works, right? It's going to work. It should happen like a bazillion times. I mean, something's happening. We have a problem here with their loyalties over 100. We need to stop that. But that's easy to fix. This isn't a very good test though, because it just looks like we got like everybody's. And it would actually, for this starting, their loyalty would be higher because they're getting like some massive bonuses because we're doing 30, between 30 and so most everybody, but yeah, actually the vast majority are going to get a bonus. Very few people are going to get a huge negative. We can do it between But we got to fix this. I'm going to highlight this so that I see that when I come back because I might immediately forget. So let me go over to my break timer and um, put that up. I got to stop my music that you guys can't hear. And I say that every time because people say when I talk about my music, they're like, we can't hear that. All right, I'll be right back. Okay, let's see. I am back. And let me, oh yeah, we were going to do the thing. The math thing. Let's see. So loyalty adjusted, we're going to have to turn this into a getter setter. And we'll make this a capital L. And then we'll make this, nope, that one's staying like that. Then we'll do another one here. That is going to be a private int loyalty adjusted. No, that's right. And then we're going to go down to here. And we're going to go like this. And it's not going to auto-populate. What? Why are you putting the little arrow? The lambda thing. Why do you want to do that? Loyalty adjusted. I mean, maybe that's right. What's going on here? I typed something. Eating some chicken soup. I'm a big soup guy. I think I've told that to you many a time. And then we're going to set I have 5 cans of chicken soup. Chicken noodle soup is what I eat generally. This thing is missing a thing here is why it's complaining. Then we're going to set, we already have set loyalty adjusted equals value. No, it doesn't. If value is, no, we just do that thing equals value dot, I don't know, it's like math something or other. It's math something with a capital M. I've used it before. Math min. I think it's math max. This is that weird one where I was like, why is a mountain? Oh, it takes whatever one's minimum for this one. Do you eat other things with your, here's a math max, with your soup, like bread? Math max. Okay, so it's just math max. Where were we working on here? You know what I'm going to do is go through these things, these 19 messages. It makes me want to die. What is your problem? Unnecessary assignment of message to random. Oh, yeah. We didn't do that. County population is where we're at. So I think we can just do math max. You don't know what this is, huh? We can't add it in here. This is a public class. Yeah, we can use system. Generally, no. I usually eat a sandwich with my thing here. Whichever is larger. So I want, that's not what I want. I want it to clamp or something. I want it to stop at 100. Well, okay, whichever is larger, that's not going to work. Basically, I think it's clamp. Why do I think it's clamp all of a sudden? Value 1. Oh, it's min. That's why we did min over on that other thing. Value. So if the value comes back and it's 97 or whatever, it's going to take 97. If the value comes back and it's 150, it's going to take the 100. No. Whichever number is smaller. So if it comes back, if the value is 150, it's going to take the 100. I think this is right. Make it so that loyalty adjusted can't go above 100, period. I think that's what we want. And since we had so many that were over 100, it should be easy to test here. Oh, into the soup. No. Though I do know people like who do add many things to their soup. Okay, we should have, this would already have happened, I believe. Here's a 99, so I gotta change that to 101. No, here's an 100. We just don't see any above 100, and there are some that are below. So that looks to me like that's working. Okay, all that to get some happiness to go, right? So now we have this thing written, though, that we can use for the future at least. Um, okay, I had to unpause it to get this thing. I was like, wait, why isn't this in here? Uh, so for this, give idle people their bonus happiness. So we should give them like a random bonus happiness. For if a person's idle, we're gonna need, and I think I was writing that right, and then I had to write that other thing. No, I was doing the loyalty check, which was over here, and I think we were done with that. I mean, I'm assuming we were, where it was just a random number, a skill check. Uh, so let's get rid of this crap. We do need this, but not right this second. We're gonna go. Uh, what did I call these other ones? Generate work resources with skill. Would this be? Let's see. Their happiness is actually in their. We could put it in their county population, I suppose. We'll put it in here though. We could put a bunch of shit in their county population. Actually, now that I think about it, like a bunches of this AI, the population AI stuff could go in here. What do we got at the very bottom of this? Nothing. We have changed the army in here. Let's do it. Void. Add random happiness. The problem is it's just like a. I mean, I guess we'll do it. It's just a number. It's just a. We'll do it. We'll do it where it's very specific like this. Add random happiness, and maybe we'll do like add bonus 1 to 5, add bonus whatever later. We could also pass in what the bonus is, because this is just so we're basically going to be like 1 to 3 or something happiness for having an idle day. Maybe it should just be 1 per day because that's going to have a lot of happiness for just sitting around. Maybe we should have it test, do a test, like a random test for something, so that it's less likely to give them so much happiness from being idle. We could have it test. They're cool, which is a combat skill, but we could have it test like they're cool or something. Let's just put this in here, and then we'll and it, it's because this is in the county population. Jesus Christ, why didn't I think of this either? It just will apply to the things that are already in here. We can just run it because we'll be running it from the county population. Jesus, why didn't I think of this? So let's do a 1 to 3 happiness bonus. I feel like we should really skill check something though, because it's gonna be it's gonna like skyrocket from them sitting around and doing nothing. Unless we have something else that each day of work makes their happiness go down to try to offset it. It's currently testing their loyalty adjusted, I hope, to see if they're going to work that day. So as their happiness goes up, they'll work more. but then we can have it so that each time they work, their happiness goes down. It would fluctuate so dramatically, though, all the time. And, they would be getting those loyalty bonuses and whatnot, negatives from their happiness. I guess let's just do this first and figure it out later, like the intricacies. Let's just add random happiness. So this will be random equals new, and then we're gonna go happiness with a capital H plus equals, we're gonna have to cap out the happiness as well to 100, equals random 1. We'll do 0 to 2. We'll do 0 to 2. We'll do 0 to 4 because that's really 3. What's your problem? Method name expected. Oh, we need dot next. So this will do it between 0 and 3. That seems like so much, but all right, we'll do that. And then we got to cap out the happiness to be at 100 total. 100 total. I'm going back to wherever that one math min thing was. Where the fuck was it? Here it is. And so this is going to be right here. Except we got 2 equals. Is that how I did this up here? It is. Okay. Do we need a base happiness? No. This is going to be quite strange. I think we're going to have to adjust this. I'm going to put a note in here somewhere. Population, I just feel like the next round, I don't think I'm going to make an issue. I think the happiness currently will go up too fast when people are idle. We'll just leave it in there just so I have a note to read later. And now that's saved. And I think what I can do, because I put this in here, is when we give idle people their bonus happiness, we already know this county population. We can just go whatever I called that thing. Happiness something, add random happiness. And I think this will just apply to that county population because I'm calling that county population, like we're using this county population. I think that's how that works. What we could do is just put a number. We could put GD print. We'll do the same thing we did before. Just we're gonna have so many of these things in the whatever. In the console, got a bonus of no, happiness is now happiness period, whoops, not a period, semicolon. All right, so I think we've actually gone through all of the population at the end of day thing, which happens at 1 o'clock. Work day over for population. Let's make this a rainbow one, actually, so I can see this. Here we go. And then we'll go through all these 19 things or whatever, 18 things. Now that we're not working on storage anymore, stupid storage. Okay, it's gonna be like token movement where it's just constantly you're gonna have issues. And the thing that's blowing my mind with my token movement issues is I see the same issues I have in indie games that are in larger games that are out there. So it isn't like I'm the first person to have these issues and I can't figure it out. It's that this shit is happening to everyone, and then some people just give up. In that Fields of Glory one, that they have their guys stacked on top of each other, and it's like the same exact issue I have. Um, Shirley Powers' loyalty adjusted is 50. Her happiness is 80. I mean, I guess we know that something's happening over here. It doesn't really help us very much. We'll leave that shit in there for now, though. Let's go back to our county AI here. Our population AI. So it does this with every single person in the game. So I think we're okay. I hope this is working. Work. Keep working it. Okay, so I think we're done with this. Yeah, let's go through these messages, and then if we still have a little bit of time, we'll start working on the next thing, which is where we start assigning people to work and stuff, because we need to adjust all that shit. What do you want? Change signature. What the fuck does that mean? Make static. Um, can I do that? I didn't think I could do that. I thought I had to make. Why would you let me do that? Can I just do that? Where was that? Wait, what? I don't know what change signature is. Loyalty adjusted. Where is it? It's saying do this over in the other. Member does not access and can be marked as static, but what? This is. I can do that? I didn't think I could do that. Where was that? That's under here. Go to here. Go to here. It's saying I can just do an attribute data here. I cannot. Oh, maybe if I make it static, I can. But I need it. Has this been part of my problem the whole time? So if I make this static, and then I go back, well, the air's gone. No, it's not. Oh, it is gone. This is just, it's supposed to be green. I didn't think I could do that. So a static variable allows you, so like you do a public static thing to get an instance of it. Huh. I'm very confused by that. Let's leave it in there and then get confused, be more confused later. Visual Studio says I can do this, meaning I don't need the new thing, the new attribute data. Okay. Let's run it and see what happens. Because I hate that static shit. Maybe I've just been misunderstanding what it's telling me to do this whole time. I mean, it wouldn't be the first time I've misunderstood some fundamental concept. We'll just hit unpause and wait. Let's speed this shit up to like 8. 8 seems kind of slow at this point, but it's fine for now. Now, what's next on our list? Does not and can be marked static. So this has a reference. This is the same exact thing, basically. So if I make this static, though, it's going to be like, no, you can't do that. Where is this at? This is at the very top of the banker. Yeah, it's going to be like, no, you can't do that. But it's saying I could make this a capital B? I'm very confused by this. I'm gonna ask Chat GPT though. I'm not reliant on its um so let's see, what is this thing? It's not a public class, it's a resource or something. The banker is a public class. Okay, let's save this. We'll use the banker as an example. I have this in because this is short, sweet. I have this method in a public class. I made it static and am calling it from another script with a capital B, banker. I thought I had to do it with a banker equals new. It seems like you have a method defined as a public static. Go right. Within a class, you can call this method from another script named banker. Based on your description, it's defined like this. And you want to call it from another class named banker. You can do it without creating an instance. Here's how you do it. Replace your, yeah. You can access it using your class name, not an instance variable. So in the banker, I think I misunderstood how this worked this whole time. Assuming banker is the name of the class you're calling, you can call it directly where your class is at. Based on your static methods belong to the class itself, not to the instance of the class. You don't need to create an instance of a class to call a static method. Use the class name followed by the method. Adjust the method call based on where your add research amount method is actually defined. I'm surprised that chat didn't give me shit for this if this is the way that you're supposed to do it. Maybe they didn't. I didn't understand that they were giving me shit. I've been complaining about this forever. So this is the same thing where it's saying, so like I have a bazillion of these in the global, well, okay, not as many as I thought. So it's saying that I could do a public static for all of these. Then we just got to wait for the bug to appear. And then this would be banker. I guess I'm in disbelief here that that is the solution. Christian Death. That's the name of the band that it was playing and that you guys can't hear. I guess it works. All right, so let's go to the next one. I guess we just do that with all of them. And we just wait and see until we run into a reason why this doesn't work. Maybe the reason chat didn't give me shit is because there's sometimes this works and sometimes it doesn't work. Right here, it's acting like it doesn't give a fuck about this at all. This one's inside this the same thing. So does that work? Maybe sometimes that thing works and maybe sometimes it doesn't. Now that Smashing Pumpkins have started playing, I don't want to hear that. I know you guys can't hear it. It's kind of interesting how I'm like this is like, what do they call it? Classic rock at this point. Classic rock. All right, well, it's fine with that. So the public static void. And then let's wait for the bug here. I'm learning all sorts of new stuff lately. And then this is banker like that. Remove unused that's good enough. We can get rid of this. Um, add resource to county. Update the if this is currently selected. No overload method. Here's where it's talking about our overload method. We don't need this. So this is public void generate scavenged resources if the resource number. Okay, so this is distinguishing between the two things, and it's doing a skill check, and it either gives you vegetables or remnants. But actually, we changed this to canned goods, canned food. We added that. We did that whole fucking list thing because of that. Well, that's one of the many reasons. Okay. Add resources to county. Wait for the bug. Okay, no bug. Let's run it. Man. So there's like in the past week, I've learned like 3 major things, I think. The static thing, I mean, they're not even learning things. I mean, it is learning, but it's like the most simplistic thing. The static thing, the guy said to put the stuff in the skill data, which is obvious, and I can't believe I didn't think of that. And then I just did, and I should have put that stuff in the county. When I'm fucking around with the county population, I should be putting it in the county population. Because whatever. It's going to change everything. Generate scavenged resources. We're going to make this static, and we'll wait for any bugs. Okay, oh, there it is. And then back here, we'll just do a capital B for the banker, huh? Well, I didn't put a B in there. Make field read-only. Can you be read-only? I don't think you can. Because we're assigning stuff to it. Well, let's try it. Private read-only ints. I've been talking so much about how shitty all the music is I'm living to, but I actually really like this Santini Gold song, Les, L-E-S, Artistes. Figured out how to say something. It's like a very popular song, 9 million views. Out of our 8 billion people, I guess that's a low amount. Now I'm just going to compare everything to the global population. Remember, complete construction okay, so let's do this again. Wait for the error. Okay. It seems to just not mind that at all. Maybe we should have happiness like a skill where it does a happiness test. And if you fail the happiness test, you go up because that will make it, your happiness would go slower it would raise slower. In fact, that's the way we should do it. That, whatever that thing said, something in here made me think of that. Let's put that on our list. That's the way it should be. It will be like a skill check, like an experience check. Oh, you know what it was? It was the console thing. Said that their skill level wasn't ready to go up. So it would be hard. It will be harder for you to gain more happiness as time passes. So it will do that thing but we'll make it. Yeah. That's the way to do it. Change the random happiness gain into something like the skill data experience increase so that it becomes harder the higher it goes up. Um, Simulating people's brain chemistry, yeah, it's not a it's not an exact science. It's not a anything. You'd have to have like hundreds of, maybe even thousands of attributes and things interacting. It's like RimWorld. If you play, RimWorld, like it's pretty simple compared to a human, but it does the job, I guess. It would be nice if we could somehow do it better. I'm waiting for this bug to appear. Um, it would be nice if we could, though. I'm gonna run this just. I guess it depends. Like, are we living in a simulation? Maybe we're just a bad simulation of our own existence. We're just some shitty indie developer. I think I got this right. Nope, psychosis. I think this code works. Let's just tear all that code out and rewrite it. There, and then, what the fuck is this? Um, we're gonna have to figure out what's going on there. Does not access. That's like the thing that a lot of time in like the in D&D and various other novels and stuff is like illusions don't actually fill your belly, but they would fill your belly if you were also an illusion. So it wouldn't be, it wouldn't be that big of a deal if you were also an illusion. So yeah, it would fill your belly. Um, Man, are these just continuing to go up? I just did 3 of them, so let's test it after that. There we go. So this one, can we do the same thing? Good God, we can. The things I learn. We're back to that weirdness. We'll look at that one later. Well, what does it want to do? It just says that this is unnecessary. Yeah, because it doesn't do anything. I don't know what this is. We haven't gotten to this yet. I guess we'll just leave it there temporarily. Like I said here. This banker's never read. Make field read only. Really? Read only. Give idle people bonus happiness. We have done that, but we did it in a different spot. This is under work. And we're slowly moving everything out of work. Work's going to be deleted eventually because it's unnecessary. This is probably going to go too soon. That's probably why there's this weird shit down here. Uh, I think I want to do, so I was thinking about this as well. I think I want to have the population have a preferred work skill, and then also like an interest, like a skill that a thing that they're interested in, and it could be a vague category, like they're into military or whatever, and then their research would be in that. Because I think having them just research their job, because they're going to research their job too, is dumb. Like I think when you go home from work, you don't just sit and think about your your work. I mean, you do, but sometimes you pontificate about. Oh, this is unused as well. Wow. Okay, we got 10 minutes to get started on the next part. That's pretty good, actually. Um, Okay, so where are we at? We already did the faction. We're into the county. We're end of day. What is this thing on this big note? We need something like finished construction buildings, which will check all county improvements under construction. If they're done, it will go through a list of people there and make them idle. Okay, this still has to happen. So we have population workday over for population. So let's look at, I guess I could have just clicked on this. So this is the thing. These could all be, now that I know how to do this, that activity thing could. So at this point we haven't, so work is not, so they're going to be still considered to be working at the place. We could kick them over to idle actually. And then every day they got to check, because we got to remember what the type of economy is. The type of economy is, oh, we have it right here. We got to do it. Yeah, it's still here. I skipped this, I think. Oh, keep working. No, I guess we already did that. Did I do that earlier today? I guess we already did that. Okay. I did that. I read that earlier today, and I immediately forgot wherever that went. Uh, I don't like the names of anything I ever write. So this part's done. So we do need to do this. Check to see if the building is complete. The problem, we can't do it at the end. Like when a person completes the building, we can't do that then, because otherwise it will be like going through and checking. And this is why we actually added the list of people who work at the building, was so we could do this part. So we're going to need a new, I feel like this should be under county AI though. Decide building improvements. Yeah, it should be under county AI. Decide building and county improvements. I was about to say, I sure wish you could minimize or compress this, and you actually can. So I don't. Fine counting of type. You can turn these little things. Should use that more. Okay, so right here we're gonna want to public void check if county improvement done. County improvement data. County improvement data. So if, how fast is this going to happen? So the reason why I'm asking that is because we have this thing, and I was going to do the math min thing on it. We have under here the max amount of construction. So if we have our current amount of construction is greater than the max amount of construction, then it's done. But if we have, like, do we care if the current amount is above? Like, do we give a shit? We do give a shit, I just decided, because you know what we could do is we could do some sort of like damage to buildings. We've talked about this, I think, before too, like with from saboteurs, from combat or whatever, and the current amount of construction could be reduced down from the max. So I think we do need to do that. So let's turn this into a getter setter as well. And so now everything has the capital C. I don't know why. And then we'll just add. Why are these exported? Because I need to type them in there, I guess. This shouldn't be, though. Fuck you. Fuck you, fingers. I fired up my... Speaking of virtual worlds, I fired up my Oculus. Yeah, the maintenance, too. Well, that's a good point, though. Damn you, Lord Mac! every time you add all these good points, I'd have to rethink everything. They're good, though. Keep them coming. So would we want that, though? So we would have to have, like, a thing that, like, if the status is... We already have a status thing. So if we have the status is built, but the current amount of construction is lower, then we would know the maintenance thing. So we could do it with it. We don't have to have another number, is what I'm thinking. You know, do we need to have a number that's like a maintenance number? Yeah. Maybe I should write some of this down. I probably already have a bunch of shit in here. I should reread this or go through it at some point. But okay, so this is what we're gonna do. Current amount of construction can be below max amount of construction if the building is damaged or needs maintenance. The building status would need to be completed, though. I think that's the status I used. Completed. Can I jump to there from here? Yeah, completed. Would need to be the enum completed. And let's turn this into an issue. This isn't an issue, but we've already done this. Do we need to know who's working at the answer to this is yes. It turns out we do. And we'll update this, we'll convert this, and then we'll close it. That's a good point too. Less maintenance. Because I definitely wanted that with items like guns. I want to have, so I want to do it, you know, like Shadow Empire. So Shadow Empire has like you create these units and like whatever buggies or whatever motorcycles. And the first motorcycle that you create is like a prototype, and then as you use it, the prototype gets better, and well, once it gets past like the prototype, it starts getting better. And so I want that to be like, but in my mind, I was envisioning it as you make your first rifle or whatever, and it's just a piece of shit. It's like a zip gun, you know, and you're firing it every third time you fire it, it jams, you know, and so that's like a similar thing with buildings. And now that you mention it, that better buildings could require less maintenance. Better building levels. I'm going to call it levels and hope that my brain remembers. Okay. So we were done with that. I converted something and I was going to delete it or close it. Oh, here's the same thing. I'll just delete this one. That's the same question twice. Yeah, I need to go through these and reorganize them all. But we were talking about this in chat too, where like how much time do you spend keeping your thing up to date? Like how much is your time spent on that versus programming? And then if you let it go for too long, it gets way outdated, and you got to spend hours fixing it all up. But my memory is so terrible, I feel like I need to keep adding things to it. I just need to keep on top of closing things. Okay, so we got to do this one thing first, though. Before, and then I'm going to call it a day. After we write this little thing, it shouldn't be that horrible. Even though now that I say that, it'll be awful. Where's my county improvement data? Go over to here. Can I click on you? No, I hate that it does this instead of going to the actual county improvement. You, go to here. See, why can't I? Maybe I can like shift click it or something. Nope. Where are you? You're right here. You go away. So we need this thing. Where was I typing? Current amount of construction. This is going to be a getter setter. And this is going to be, am I doing this wrong? I think it always gets mad at me until I put in get current amount of construction. Oh, I got to return that. Return. And then I got to do, it's like this is here and this is here. And then I got to set. And then there we go. But we want to we want this to be like the min thing. Why does the min thing always seem wrong? Current amount of construction equals math dot was it math F? It was just math, man. Min max. No, this is all value max amount of construction. So let's think about this again. So the person has 90 and the total amount is 100. They get it, they add 20 to it, they have 110, the max amount. Okay, so that's correct. 90 the value should be, okay, so this is correct. I also think that, speaking of maintenance and stuff, I also think we're going to need the population to use, we've talked about this too, is to use things, and maintenance is the thing that to use stuff, resources, and when I say things, I mean resources. We actually don't even have that in our list, I don't think. In fact, we need to put that, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. We need to put that in here. Do I not have that in my little list of end of day stuff? We need to have, like down here, population uses resources of various, and I already thought about this the other day too, that they would use, like, it would be a scale of how much food they eat. Because originally I was just gonna have them eat one food and that'd be fine. But I was thinking they could have a scale. They would first eat one food, and then if there was enough food left over, they would eat 2 foods, and then they would eat 3 foods, depending on how much, and that would increase their loyalty the more food they could eat. But we'll do that next too. We're gonna be stuck doing this for fucking 100 years because I keep adding to it too. It's fine. Check if county improvement done. If county improvement data, current with a capital, is greater than or equal to county improvement data max amount of construction, it can never go over it. So I guess we just say equal to, huh? I think I think a YouTube comment was telling me not to do that though, because could it ever be above? But we just made it so it can never be above. So if this equals that, if the current amount of construction equals the max amount of construction, they'll choose chicken soup for food or for maintenance. Okay. Man, it was such a mistake listening to all that Marilyn Manson, because now my mix is filled with it. I know you guys can't hear it. If well, it could be chicken soup. Now that we mentioned it's canned food. If they came to my house to scavenge, they would find some chicken soup, not dog food. I just watched all of the Mad Max movies. A little dog food eating in there is why I brought it up. Check if the county improvement is done. Why don't we return a bool? If that equals that, return true. Otherwise, return false. Then we could go back over here. You know what, though? This should probably be inside of the county improvement data. Both. uh, See, now it's making all these like county AIs and stuff useless, which I guess is fine. It's fine if we're just moving all this stuff to the correct thing. Because in reality, like this should definitely, I feel like, be inside this county improvement. Like it's right here. This is the shit we're checking. I don't have a constructor in this one for some reason. I guess I abandon it on resources and I just do it in public classes. I mean, we check this thing's county improvement. We check this. We don't need to pass in anything. I was going to say, we don't need to pass in dick. We don't. It just, if this is here, man, I'm still like, my mind's getting blown here still from these changes. So we would go in here. No, we would save this. We would go back to this county, and then we would just be like, so end of day, we're checking for the work population. We need to go through every county in the county, though. No, it wasn't ChatGPT. It was a comment from somebody in chat. It was chat. The chatty chat. So maybe in county AI we put we put like this other thing. That's what we should do here. We should go like public void check if buildings, if county improvement are done. So this is the way we should do it. Then we go, we pass in a county. This is the way we do it. We pass in a county, and then, because we need to go through each of them anyways, for each county, I'm going to call it a day here soon too, for each county improvement data, county improvement data in county under construction. What did I call that thing? County improvements. It's a list of some sort, man. Oh, it's under county data though. County completed. County under color. Under construction. County improvements. So then we're gonna go. I want to see a finished strategy game. I want to see the code, see how many lines it is. Like, I feel like I'm writing a lot of stuff, and there's like a way to do this with 4 lines of code. Like, how many lines of code is in this? Okay, there's only 76 in this one. I guess, it takes years and years and years for Paradox games to come out. I wonder how long it took that Kingdoms game to get made. So then we're going to go county improvement data dot check if county improvement done. I mean, this is all we have to do, and it will check if it's done. It's going to return a thing though, so we need to put in if it's true or not. So we go, what is this? There's just a little extra one, an extra thing in there. If this thing, if I cut that, it puts it on the other line, is equal to true. We don't need the equal to true thing. If it's equal to done, then we go county improvements, and we should probably set everyone, I should just call it a day, but I gotta finish this. For each county population, I really should just name this the population. County population is on county. There's no other type of population. They're all county populations. Is this a list? This isn't a list. County improvement data. What did I call this thing? I just created this somewhat. County population at improvement. Look at this bug over the top of my shit. For each one of these, if it is done, then we county population. See, I think I have this in some other dumb spot when I should be setting this to idle. Here, current activity. No, where did I put that? I put that under like the activity data, I think. No, that's a tribute. Where did I put that under? I might have put that in the county improvement or the county population. Where the fuck are you? We want to change their activity. Where did I put that? I've used it like 100 times. Change, add random happiness. See, like, it's so, I can't believe this shit. Change activity. I think it's going to be like this. It's somewhere. Keep working at county. See, well, I should have done it here, and I didn't do it here. Adjust population activity. It's probably in here somewhere. Update current. What are these activities, though? It's just called activities. See, this is once again, man. But this is what we want. It's not it's not how it should be. So we could put it. Was it called activities? I know it's literally on my. I got a period in here. This is setting their next activity, but what we want to actually do is just set this to idle. So what we could have done is we could have put this in side of county population, and we wouldn't need to do any of this crap because we have all of this. It's basically the same thing we just did on those other ones. It is blowing my mind that I didn't, and maybe that's what that guy was also implying. I can't remember his name. I feel bad that I can't remember his name because it was such a good suggestion. Um, activities idle. So what the hell are we checking here? Okay, so this is if everyone's done working. It goes through the population. The one problem that we have right now that's pretty major is we're not assigning anyone to that list yet. We can't test. This is going to implode. Well, you know, it won't implode. It just won't do anything. But we haven't. We're about to get to that. So under this, we need to have that county check if county improvement's done. This is going to pass in. We really need the count. We can't just pass in the county data. We can. Whoops. We're going to go back and fix this. This can just be a county data. I mean, we're literally getting the county data right there from this county thing. There we go. There we go. Okay, let's run this one last time, and then I'm calling it a day. And we are going to run into the storage issue again, and I think we might actually run into it very, very soon. But it will be, I hope that it's slightly better. I actually was able to take out, whoops, I didn't want to check the storage. I was actually able to take out a bunch of code. There was just duplicate code all over that shit. And it was another weird thing. So what am I testing here? I'm not testing really anything. I'm just making sure I'm not getting bugs shooting across the whole place. Amount of research. Look at that. There's somebody's doing some research. Fizmols. Do you know a guy named Random Guy? I don't think so. All right. This is set, and I think I am all set for today. Check if county improvements are done. I'm going to get rid of this notes. We need to, like, something which, we'll check all the county improvements under construction if they're done, and we'll go through the list of people there and make them. This is having every. Oh wait, there's more to this. We're not done with this. This needs to also. We also need to. Whoops. We also need to set the county improvements status to completed. And so we made everyone idle. We need to remove everyone from the county improvements who is working their list. The fuck is this thing? We need to move the county improvements from the under construction list to the completed county improvements, county list. I was all excited. We're not going to do that today. And I think, writing these notes in the code instead of also having in Trello or whatever. And that's not Trello, it's GitHub. But is a better solution, because I keep having to check and then like find where I'm talking about. But when I run into this, we don't need this here. That's when we had the other thing. When I run into this, it's easier for me to look at this in this list and be like, oh, okay, I already thought that we needed this shit in here. So this is all saved. I'm going to close this thing, and we're going to push this code to rewriting population AI bank work. This is still what we're doing. What did we do? Exactly, Lord Mac. It's in context. I find it there. I mean, I need it in there in the other place and as well for different things, but let's see. So Workday resources generated by county improvements. I think I just thought of a bug. Not necessarily a bug. I'm going to put this as a note. So what it is that we never checked for, which was the whole point we jumped into that storage shit, was we need to check the county improvements when generating resources at the end of the day. We need to check the county improvement to make sure it generates resources. Some of them won't generate resources. So that's something that I forgot. This, we're going to definitely want this at the top. Right now, it's just having them all generate, but there's one that doesn't, but no one can work there. So I set it so that no one works at the warehouses right now, because I think that's a better solution for the low population, et cetera, for now. You'll still get the bonus storage, because the problem is it would fluctuate too much, and I think it would just be annoying for the player to have it fluctuating, your storage fluctuating all the time, your max storage. But like if someone's going to be assigned to research, well, we'll deal with that later. Let's put this in here. Resources generated by county improvements, working, happiness gives a bonus, and that's about it. It seemed like a lot more. All right. That is it for me today. Thank you guys for joining me. I will talk to you next time. Have a good existence.